Hi children, we are going to see the next part of the lesson about refraction. I explained in the first that refraction is nothing but when light ray passes from one medium to another, its speed changes. So when the speed changes, what it happens is it bends. So the bending of light ray when it travels from one medium to another is called as refraction. The incident ray and same as the loss of reflection, we have loss of refraction also. The incident ray, the normal and the refracted ray. Refracted ray is the bending ray. All lie on the same plane and sin I by sin r is constant. Sin I is the angle between the angle of incidence and sin r is the angle of refraction. So r is the angle of reflection and I is the angle of incidence. So this two sine of this two will be one constant value. This law or this second law can also be named as Snell's law. S-N-E-L-L-S, Snell's law. Coming to refractive index. Refractive index is the ratio between the medium 1 to medium 2. When light travels, its speed changes. How will the speed changes? When it travels from 1 to 2. Means here N21 represents when you see the speed change from the medium 2 to medium 1. How it is the speed of the light in medium 1 to speed of the light in medium 2. So the speed of the light is represented by this word V1 and V2 will be in the medium 2. N12 will be the speed of the light in the medium 2 to medium 1. So any medium if you take speed of the light in air to the speed of the light in medium. The medium can be an air, water, kerosene, crystal, quartz, any medium it can be. So N21 is the refractive index of the medium 2 with respect to medium 1. Means if you are seeing the speed of the medium 1, light travels from the medium 1 and it passes through medium 2. After it passes through medium 2, you are calculating how far the speed has changed. That will give you the refractive index. So N21 is the refractive index of the medium 2 with respect to medium 1. Which medium you are there, that will be considered as a from medium 2 if you are seeing, that is N21. If you are seeing from medium 1 to 2 how much it bends, that is N12. Next will be this table will give you the refractive index. After the changed value, how much it has changed. In air, it has changed. Refractive index is 1.003. This N12 is this. Next comes the refraction by a spherical lenses. So when light passes through a transparent medium, when light passes through a glass, what happens to the light? Well, whether it will be reducing or increasing, how it happens. When refraction happens in a spherical lenses. Spherical lenses are again a curved lenses. So there are two types of lenses. One is called as convex lenses and second is a concave lens. So convex lenses is nothing but the lens which is having a bend surface or inverse curved surfaces to attach it together. So this all the curved will be the convex surface and in the middle there will be bend. It will be broader in the middle and it will be thin at the edges. So like that lenses is called as a convex lens, and the lens which is having a broader at the ends and thinner in the middle are called as concave lens. So make sure that you draw the diagram properly for a concave lens and a convex lens. Convex lens is called as a converging lens. When all the light rays passing parallel where it meets at a point F. All the light rays comes to a point, converges to a point. So this lens is called as a converging lens. Coming to the concave lens, all the light rays which are passing, it diverges, it moves outwards, and it appears to form or appears to come as if it comes from a point F. So this is called as a diverging lens. The center point of a lens is called as the optic center or O, and the line passing through the optic center is the principal axis. Focus is the point where all the rays converge after refraction. So this capital F is the focus. Rules. Again, as we saw the rules for a concave mirror, now we will be seeing the rules for a lens. When a light ray passing parallel to the principal axis, it should pass through focus. After refraction, it should pass through the focus. Second rule is, when a light ray is passing through the focus, after refraction, it will come parallel. A light ray is passing through the optic center will go straight without changing the path. Like we saw in mirrors, center of curvature, when light passes through the center of curvature, it will retrace its path. The same way, here the light passing through the optic center will go straight without changing its path, without changing the speed. Means the speed doesn't change when it passes through the optic center. First, so the rule is explained by the diagrammatic representation also. So when a light ray is passing parallel to the focus, it should pass through the focus. And if a light ray is passing through the rule 2 is, if a light ray is passing through the focus, it will emerge out, it will comes out parallel. And the third rule is, when a light ray is passing through the optic center, it goes straight without any deviation. Next is the image formed by a convex lens. So there are also here also 6 positions. First will be the object between O and F. Okay. So when you keep between the O and F, means you are keeping very nearer to the lens. When you keep nearer to the lens, you will be getting a virtual image. The diagrammatic representation is shown here. So you will be getting an image formed beyond the mirror, behind the object, and it will be a bigger size image, showing that, see the arrow size of the object and the image, it will be a bigger size. And next portion is between F and 2F. If you see, the image formed will be between F and 2F. So when you keep an object between F and 2F, first ray should pass through the straight and it should pass through the focus. Second ray should pass through the optic center. So when both the rays meet, you will be getting an image beyond 2F, and the size of the image will be a bigger image, magnified image. Since you are getting it on a screen, on the other side, it will be called as a real and inverted image. See the difference between the first question and the next question. Here you cannot keep on a screen because the image will be formed on the other side of the lens, not on the other side, inside the lens. So you will be getting an image on the same side, left side only here. You can see an image inside the lens. Next is the same for all the portions. What has been discussed by the lens here. Next, coming to the sign convention for the spherical lenses. How we saw for a mirror, the same applies to a spherical lenses also here. So the distance between the lens and the object will be taken as U, and it will be taken the minus sign, and the distance between here the object image and the lens will be taken it as positive. So you will be getting an image on the other side here rather than from the same side. So the lens and the mirror difference lies here. The image will be found on the other side of a lens than the same side. So if you see this, whatever the distance is taken on the LHS is taken as negative and on the RHS is taken as positive. So focal length of convex lens will be positive and the focal length of a concave lens will be negative. Lens formula for spherical lenses. So formula will change now to 1 by V minus 1 by U equal to 1 by F, where F is the focal length and U is the image distance, object distance, and V is the image distance. Magnification of the lens will also be given by M, where that is the ratio of the height of the image to the height of the object is given by V by U. Next comes to the important topic, power of a lens. So power of a lens, when you are going to eye spectacle shop and buying for your lens, then they'll be checking your eye and giving you a power. Your power is -5, -2, -3, -0.5, -0.75. So that is called as a power of a lens. So power of a lens is nothing but the reciprocal of the focal length, 1 by F. And its SI unit is diopter, represented as capital D. So if define one diopter. One diopter is the power of a lens whose focal length is 1 meter. Means if focal length is 1, then 1 by 1 is power will become 1D. The power of a convex lens is positive and the power of a concave lens is negative. So if a P equal to -2D means then the lens is a concave lens used. So every time the power is represented as negative shows you that the lens used is a concave lens over there. If the power is positive plus 2D, then the lens used is a convex lens. So the sign here of a concave lens, every time the power will be in minus. Thank you.